All right. Now I just put up a song. Civil War from Guns N' Roses. And I want to talk about war again. I've talked about war in a few clips before. But now I want to talk about what's so civil about war anyway, as they say in the song, right? Now, let's talk about war and what we know, or what I've heard from news. What I know as a civilian, right? As you can say, what a civilian can learn without extra courses and shit like that. And so, when it comes to war, I've heard that they say we'll go good things, bad things. War is bad because it kills people and shit like that, and it's not righteous, right? In a lot of cases, accidents happen a lot during war, more than usual, things like that, and that's the negative. So, and it brings things back because they get forward, the bigger the pile, the stronger it can be if you can continue to make that growth and sustain, right? Which is what animals do out in nature, what we all do. And so, when it comes to, oh, sorry, got an itch on my foot. Oh no, I just scratched my foot. Maybe because it's got a sock on it, it's not naked. Might be alright. There's a little itch under there. I got them wet, so they're a little bit.
Don't show the brand name now.
Oh! I nearly did halfway point of the foot. Yeah,
I'll be right for the brand name.
yeah, just suddenly got an itch on it. So what was it talking about for a second? Hey, I haven't said this for a while.
Civil War?
Civil War. You're listening.
I got the song in my head.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, something to do with Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War. Because side tracks like that can annoy you, and it happens to you sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't even get it back if it really does happen. Right? Sometimes I detest something like that. You can't get it back until you get someone to go, was someone listening? And then if everyone around, that's when you find out people not listening. And then everyone around you, you go, are you really bloody listening?
That's me all the time.
Yeah. And then you're screwed then, or you by yourself, right? You have these memory blanks. And what I do, a good thing about recording, is that if you record when you're by yourself, you can go back and fix up your memory blanks, which is good. You go, oh shit, I fucked up, hang on. And then you go back and then you have to redo it though. But anyway, I'm blabbing. Civil War. Now, sorry, this on Civil War. Is it good? What's good about it? Right? And what I've learned with humans. So we got back to Civil War. War, humans believe, so we've done the negative, it's no good outcomes, you want a big pile, it's making that smaller, it circles you back, right? And so if you want the positive war, what I've heard the humans say in the other rule of it, right, that's why they use it and things happen and stuff, is that they say it needs to be done, it's the fastest, the best way to get rid of their enemies, their problems, right, and they get technology, it's the fastest way to whip people online, pretty much what they're saying, right? I believe war is the devil's way. You know the in Men in Black where you got that dude and he walks over in the bike and he's like and the people are kissing on the bench and he's like and he goes, oh, don't do war, make love, right? And he goes and he rides around the motorbike.
No war. I prefer to do both.
Yeah, there you go. She got it. She likes it.
I do movies.
Yeah.
Talks.
So there you go, right? It's that factor. In certain areas with humans, right? He's a person that likes a bit of both, and he's just doing it because he likes it, right? But that's no good. But so war, and so that's what they believe it's going to progress them, right? Best ways. People go, oh, at least or we won't, we only progress during war because of this, but it's not true. It's sort of true and it's not true. Everything is a balance, really is. And so if you want to go with that, you can. In times, wars necessary. Sometimes they're still learning. Kids fight a lot when they're young. Definitely have toys and stuff. You know that, Emma. Toddler war, and don't even touch it. They don't even need it. And they're fighting over it. It's just because they're learning possessions and they're gonna learn share and stuff like that. Right? It's the same outcomes, but higher up. And we have this outcome of technology. And the worst thing about war, and they believe they want more technology. Well, think about why you're warring. Is it over technology as well? Which is no good. And that technology is to help you do what? Is it a good outcome or a bad outcome of the technology you're warring over, right? And why do you want it? And we hear about, latest bombs and stuff, and that's not what you should be warring over, right? But they are. Just think about it, right? Is it positive or negative? Why they're doing what they're doing? Now, when you go to, if you overspoil, like with a kid with a toy, you can be a parent and go, well, it's his toy, right? Just leave it over there. And then promote that and then don't teach him. What do you get? You'll end up getting a kid that goes, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. And I'll be nice if I want to. He won't learn sharing. It might not even be nice. Right?
Stella.
Yeah, because it's just going, that's just mine. Right? Stella does that when it comes to me and Emma and us even getting together and that. She's the third party, likes to get in all the time, don't you, Stella? In that kind of situation. And we have other animals do the
Like
same
right
thing.
now.
Yeah, and Stella likes small things too and stuff like that. And when she wants something, she wants it. She's like a tank. She just barges in, right? And doesn't know her own weight and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, besides all that, you can get all those same outcomes, but in the positive. But it can also go bad because when you look after something too much, which is what we're talking about with the kid, they get too spoiled by being positive for the kid, right? And giving it all what it needs, but then it won't change its mind. So that's when you need the negative, while balances were, outcomes to happen to help it change its mind for a positive outcome, right? And why we do certain things in life to learn certain things, right? But if you do those things over and over again to people, then you just either bullying or you're slowing them down and you're making them repeat or they like it and so on. Right? Just trying to get it down to a quick couple of seconds. And so that's your choice of war. And so war in the end is just destruction, right, of a purpose, right? And then you have love. That's why he goes, oh, I prefer to do Ralph, right? He's more in the balance, I guess, but also sticks to himself, right? Right? But I won't, because he had the balance done under him. Whatever actions you do and you're choosing, you always just think if you want to go the righteous way, would you want it done on you? And if you want to go the unrighteous way, you'd go the other way, right? And go, well, I'll do everything that I don't want to do, right? And I want other people to do it. And it makes me feel good, right? So there's a difference, isn't there? And so in the end, humans throughout history has just been keep picking the same old thing: war, 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 war. War is progress. War solves everything. Get rid of it. War. One day, hopefully, the Bible will win. Pretty much is the best way to say it. And they can prove that war doesn't win. Because what's balance? Balance is not war. I wanted to get this out before I leave about my point that I've already talked about when it comes to war and that, is about the balance. See, when you kill because it's necessary, it needs to be done, like the cow's been injured and you've got to shoot it in the head, right? That's not war, that's balance. And with that, you can still get a reward. There's always reward, even doing the right thing. You can get the cow and you can chop it up and do what you need to do with it, just like you want to do in the first place, but maybe a bit more mingled, but at least you can feel good in the righteous way, right? And have a balance that way, right? And it depends on how far you want to go. Sometimes you got to kill things a bit younger and stuff like that, as the Bible talks about when it comes to sacrifice and stuff like that, or accidents happen and things like that. But you try to keep to the balance the best you can. Otherwise, you might have to do the bad stuff has to come in every now and then. If you go over the balance and you're not killing them when you're meant to and you're missing out and then they're dying off and you're doing this and then you go, oh shit, I'm going to get this stock and you're trying to do it for stock too, you're going to find out that it goes too far, too much and you want too much money or you're supplying too much and you're not allowing others. You get to a point where you start going with too much of the bad, right? But every now and then, bad helps to keep the balance because too much is too much, right? I've talked about that before. Everyone knows that. Too much water can kill you, right? But water's necessary. So have a good one, and hopefully we can pick one day more of the peace way. And I reckon we can do that for a while, as we've always picked the other way too long. And that's why the world is the way it is today. It's lost a lot, suffered a lot from when it was plenty of plenty. And hopefully the sooner we can stop it and go the other way, we can get back to that plenty of plenty. But if we go too far this way, it can take forever to get back that way. So how far do you reckon we've gone in human history so far to go, look, we should just do this? And we know better. We've got opportunities, got machinery. And if we don't get it right soon with all the things that we got, and we've got things that are flying around, that ticking time bombs everywhere, we don't have much longer. It could be any day and stuff like that. So when you got that kind of book to make things even worse, to go right back, because I've talked about that situation, the outcomes of that, life will go on, but it'll just set us back or gone. Right? So how many more wars can we have? Do you want another war? Is it worth it? Is it best to use these wars in certain areas and other ways of solving issues and wars. Like some of the movies there, they got robots fighting each other and stuff, but then it becomes a material war. It's best not to have wars at all, or solve wars with like dancing and games or whatever, right? That's fair and that most people can do when it comes to wars. It's good to try to get something that everyone can do with a bit of practice, not too hard, and then show the best of that, like with swimming and running and stuff like that, like they do with sports. But you can update that as time goes by. As like I believe football's pretty outdated to me. Tennis, things like that. I fall asleep if I'm involved with it. It's not too bad. But even I've tried football. I was involved with that, and I nearly fell like falling asleep too. So to keep me awake in football, and other people do it, is I started talking to the others, and they usually don't want to talk and stuff like that. So I was usually actually verbally fighting a lot, putting down the other team. Actually got good at it. Got told to do stuff like that, stir them up, because if they go to get at you a little bit, right? A little bit like the people I'm talking about as adults, but this is a game and stuff like that. That's fine. To come and get you so they can get caught off because they're getting aggressive and stuff like that. So on game fields, you see people talking crap like that, right? Or they have to ignore it and puts them off, right? You know, Gatorade is better than water, kind of thing, right? And it's like, that's right. But in sports, they expect that to happen. So there's good times to use things like that, and then there's good times not to use things like that because it become bad. I think that's about it. You get that point across, you reckon? I was just playing with a new friend at the moment. And hopefully it helps her adapt to new circumstances too. Because when it comes to birds, I wanted to start with birds, and I wanted to heal through a bird moment, which I've talked about, stuff like that. And I wanted to go a different direction, try a different direction. And also study at the same time, because as I go to study things, I'll have them around, right? And got used to birds, which is good. It worked out all right. Or it would have failed, right? As I know an Indian friend of mine that I used to help out. Remember the Indian friend Emma? And he got some birds, and then he quickly changed his mind about them, as he couldn't get used to that too much. And you don't expect what type of bird to get. You know, over time birds get a bit quieter and stuff like that. It all depends. And you check it out. Anyway, have a good one out there, and see you later.